welcome to the second episode of the Keyframes podcast. I'm Toasty Vanilla, your host, here joined by my co-hosts, Omega Lord and Zenor. And today here we have our guest, Miss Zizi. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm here.
I'm literally gonna shit my pants,
About to
dude.
shit right now. Holy shit.
This was not a joke. This is a threat to you guys.
Anyways, today,
Biological warfare.
on the second episode of the Keyframes podcast, we are celebrating our second year anniversary.
I think that's worthy of one clap between the four of us. So
I
if you can
agree.
just put your hand and your palm, I guess two fingers, I think that's worthy. And then your palm, just once.
I did my clap.
Okay, I did mine. Okay,
So
there we go.
I just want to say, like, 2 fucking years,
We've been doing
and you lost 2 co-hosts and you gained a new one.
We
How
lost
does it
2.
feel?
Yeah, the golden age is done for this.
The
You know, it used to
You're
be so
right,
good,
yeah.
the pinnacle of everything, really.
You know what? To commemorate the golden age, we should read some comments from our very first episode and the last
Oh my
episode
god.
of the Keyframes podcast.
Best
Okay.
episode.
Are you guys ready? So
Yeah,
What do you?
I can't wait.
We don't have the comments on, but go ahead. Read to us.
hold on,
Roll
I
me
need
the
to
money.
find them again.
And you have this.
You know, I have a
I
comment
have
here,
a comment
actually.
for everyone to
Oh,
read.
okay.
So don't worry.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
All right, hold on.
Alright.
Apparently you don't have a
Isn't it
comment that
just
you
like-
want to read, because I'm not hearing one, unless it starts with
Yeah.
hold on, which
All right.
is somewhat
Which
doubtful.
that would be
Our
really
first
weird.
comment comes from a panda, and who wants to read this one?
You guys should do a long episode, please.
I thought that said
oh
piss.
please! Oh
I
please!
swear
I
I thought that
yeah,
said
I-
piss from afar.
I thought that's
Wait,
This
really?
long episode piss.
No, because I clicked on it, right? Like I thought it was said piss, but then I clicked on it and said please.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
That's
a shame.
Yeah,
I
this
thought it
is the
was
long
piss.
episode. This
Yeah.
is the long episode that you guys are
This
getting.
is the long episode. It's gonna be.
5 whole minutes of content. So good.
That's gonna be so long.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get bored.
Second
Hold on.
comment. Here we
5
go.
whole inches.
Who wants to read this one? It's kind of long.
Oh fuck that! I'm not reading that.
All right.
Dear Lord, I'm not touching that. I'm illiterate, so I can't
Zenor, I want.
Zina, do you want to read this one?
No, I don't want to.
All right.
It's an
I'll
entire
read it.
novel. I think
no one wants to read this comic.
read this. That's what we've figured out thus far.
All right. Here we go. Normally, I want to be supportive of everything Toasty does, but I absolutely hated
Kind of a
this.
sociopath.
I'm gonna need the political talks to be at a guaranteed 0% if you ever expect me to ever tune into this show again. That was torturous. I assumed it would end eventually. You talk about buttholes again, but you just went on and on about China and Trump and fucking whatever else, man. I tuned into shit online to get away from the BS of the real world, not to hear a bunch of teenagers try to tackle the biggest fucking issues in the world.
Upset emoji.
Oh fucking god!
If you kids want to run a political podcast, then do your thing. But this was pitched to me as a shoot the shit podcast where 4, now 3, e-friend pals around talking about stupid things. This shit made my brain itch. It's so fucking frustrating to hear this. You can talk about the big issues like the modern world. That's completely fine. Besides, Void, none of your injected but besides Void,
Damn!
none of you
Holy
injected a
shit!
humor into it. He was the best part of the podcast by far. He can talk about assassinating the Pope and Turkish genocides and find humor in it, but the rest of you were just spilling facts. You're not the news. Stick to dumb topics. All right, boys. I'm
That
gonna take
does
this one
remind me.
All right,
we should
so
we should talk about the sort of region of Kashmir and how it is sort of contested by 3 major powers of India, China,
let's
and
talk about
yeah.
let's talk about how fucking Romania lost their fucking.
Bro, let's talk about how
political
Yugoslavia
advisor.
isn't a thing anymore, and like everyone should be sad about that.
It's true. At 5 p.m. I always have my Yugoslavia Remembrance Day. I say
Sometime-
day because it
so-
lasts till the next 5 p.m. So it's always. I'm
I-
always remembering.
I don't know if this is if this comment is like a fucking joke or something, because at some point I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, he was fucking around. But the more and more you read it out, I'm like,
I'm pretty sure
dude, this guy is genuinely fucking pissed that you guys were like,
Drew, you remember this. I think this was like a copy pasta for a while.
I don't remember this ever being a thing. It's funny though.
All right, who wants to read this comment? Left by
I don't want to read any comments.
I'll do whatever it is.
read by
Last time I went to see Dennis Machine in concert. He kicked the shit out of me. Fired my dog over a wall with his dog catapult.
Oh my god, dude!
My wallet. From there, we drove 5 miles to the road of his house, where he forced me into a fridge before whispering, "Inside pressure, 1 unit each," to my ears. I shuddered as he closed the door. If you guys know where I am, please help, because I don't. Thank you. Love, John. Wow.
Ashish.
Holy shit!
I think this man doesn't need our help anymore. It's been 2 years.
Dude.
If he's still in that closet wherever he is, he's dead. That's it.
It's been 5 years.
Comment,
It's been 5 years.
8 months after we uploaded the podcast, so I never actually saw it.
Oh my god.
I thought for a
Holy
bit you were
shit.
kidnapped and thrown into a fridge as well. So
Yeah,
that
holy
could have
shit.
been. We could have exposed something
accidentally-
here.
Discord has like this new feature where you can leave calls from like highlighting over the little icon, and that's what happened. I was trying to post the new.
Man, I don't see that.
Zina,
Interesting.
This
though.
is
your
so.
comment. You get
Oh wow. I know this man personally. He's my father. This is so bad. So fucksing bad.
So
pretty
fucking
good.
bad.
It's so foxy.
I have to agree with that. He makes some valid points. And it's a strong argument.
You know, surprisingly for a podcast that didn't really go off that well, and that was like posted like
2 years ago.
like 2 years ago, there's a weird amount of comments for this kind of shit.
Don't worry about it.
Because
Holy shit!
Probably
mean,
because I gave it to
you're only
random
going to get
people.
comments from 2 sources: people that really hate something or people that really love something. So we know we're not middling.
All right.
It's that we're hated. Because
You're hated.
this should be trash.
We do be running a trash podcast. This one's from Ruby Salter. She says, "Oh God." I hope she's okay.
Wait, is that was that your old co-host?
No, that's my ex-girlfriend.
Lovely.
Lovely. Opening the wounds.
Opening the wounds just to pour
I have a
salt.
cool
Opening
comment
the
here.
wounds.
If someone can read that, typed it out for you.
One of the favorite lines from the movie was Joker saying to himself, "I used to think that life is a tragedy, but now I realize it's nothing but a comedy." So you can imagine how disturbing it could be with the theme being tragedy comedy, but that's not disturbing for me as I am used to, holy shit, aware of ongoing social political structure of our country. I don't think that was a comment. I think that was
Oh, wait.
something you posted there.
No, I think that was a review of Joker by iMad Raji. I think I posted the wrong thing. Sorry. Hold on. You know, I can get a better one. Hold on. This should be from the right thing. Hold on a second there.
Papa
There we
John Smurf is my favorite. He has the whitest beard and the greenest cap. He makes perfect meals for me, and the love of my life, Gargamel, blushy face.
What?
These are some interesting comments.
Bro,
to
where are
get.
you wondering
guys
these
got?
from? I'm kind of scared.
That was a Smurf 2, actually. You got it wrong again.
What?
I think I'm bad at getting these comments because
Yeah.
they've been unrelated
Let's continue.
properties.
Let's continue on to the next topic.
Yeah. Anyways, 2 years. That's pretty good. So Zina, how are you? We've
I'm
been kind of
tired.
ignoring you. You've been overshadowed by your 2-year anniversary, as you should.
Yeah, unworthy.
Yeah, I get it.
I have one burning question for you that everyone in the audience is dying to know.
Will you marry me?
Will you give me a kiss?
I need a
None
beautiful
of that.
smooch.
None of that.
What
It
is
more
the
pressing.
question?
Oh please! Oh
You need to find
It
please!
is more pressing. Zina, why do you hate women?
a good question. I have heard that question asked on a literal news broadcast before. So this is good journalism. That's what I figured out.
Dude, I don't
So-
even know what you're talking about. Women don't exist.
Fair enough. How can you hate
Fair enough.
what doesn't exist?
What if they did?
Some
What would you do if you found out
What if-
women existed today?
Get rid of them.
How
That's a
would
good
you
plan.
get rid of them?
I mean,
Well, what's your plan?
communism.
that's a good
Well,
plan.
we're gonna
I have a.
We're gonna redistribute the women.
There's only going to be one. It'll be distributed between the 3.5 billion other people that
The
exist out
American
there.
people are tired of women.
Yeah, man.
The American people are tired of women. That's such a good quote.
Well, guys, we're getting too political. We don't want Kevin to come back into our comment section.
true.
Fuck.
We have to talk about feces.
Fuck,
or
man.
something.
Kevin's gonna come in and give us a fucking smacking again.
He's gonna come in
Okay.
and give us a piece of his mind again.
I have a semi-important question right now for you, Zina.
Mhm.
Right?
Alright.
Yeah.
If you were to have a child, would you rather have it have the body of a spider and the brain of a child, or the brain of a spider and the body of a child? So your two options.
Why would you ask that?
It's pretty horrific.
Science.
And by the way, the spider is like a large tarantula. It's not baby-sized. It won't grow up to be, giant, humongous person-sized spider. It's big tarantula.
I have
size. That factors
I
in.
have a second
Wait.
question.
Wait.
That
You didn't
factors
even
into
answer
this.
the second other one.
No, I have no. It's to you about the spider.
Okay, yeah.
Is the spider poisonous? And where does the and if
no.
it is, where does the poison
Wait,
come
don't
from?
you-
No.
venomous?
It's not poisonous. It's
Wait,
It's not harmless, it has
no,
fangs,
Omega,
I
don't you mean
guess.
venomous? Because poisonous means you can't eat it. Are you gonna
it
eat
is
your child?
okay, fine. It is poisonous. You can't eat
Dude,
it, but it's
you
not
know-
venomous.
Okay.
That's what we figured out.
You know,
It's
I may
true.
be stupid.
You're so dumb.
All right, important
You're gonna be
question.
kicked out for this for not knowing enough. How could you know about the instability of cashmere if you don't know about the difference between poisonous and venomous?
Because I thought they were the same word. Like they had the same meaning.
No, poisonous is when you eat it and you die. Venomous is when it eats you, you die.
It's pretty minor
I
technicality,
think
seeing
they'll
as I
die
don't
Wait.
think
regardless if it eats you. I don't think it matters if it's venomous.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think you
I'm pretty
meant
sure by
I
that
think
metric
you
I'm
meant if it
venomous.
attacked you. If it attacked
Okay.
you, then yeah, you would die from the venom.
It may not have a brain, gentlemen.
Crazy.
Important add-on to that question. So, can I teach the spider to speak? Like you could teach a baby
Well,
to
as the
speak?
brain of a spider, can you teach a normal spider to speak? Or what are
No,
you
no, no,
talking
no, no,
about?
the brain of
I
a
can-
It would
I
have
can
the brain
teach
of
a-
a child.
You would have the
Yeah.
okay. The spider has a brain of a child. It cannot speak though, because spiders don't have the sort of mouth movements capable of speech. It's like how
But what if
I
you
think
gave it
gorillas
like
understand
plastic
it.
surgery?
Like,
But
teach it
can
to,
we
like,
you
teach
gave
it
it
to
plastic
write?
surgery to give it a mouth.
Can we teach it to
give
write
it
and
pla-
type?
I don't think science is there yet. It could type. That's allowed. Brain of a child though.
I could teach a spider how to dance though, so I mean it wouldn't be that hard to teach it how to
I mean,
type.
some of
So-
them already know how to dance.
If you electrocute a spider, it'll probably dance. That's true with any creature on God's earth. What's
So
the answer though? By the way,
I guess the body of a spider and the brain of a child.
I feel like that's a good one, honestly.
okay, but how big is the spider?
It's
We
like
already
is
answered
it like
big
tarantula.
tarantula sized, yeah, and it will remain that size.
Okay,
So just sort of
okay, because when
Crawl
you
around.
said tarantula, I thought you meant it had like the body of it, but it's like 5 feet.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no! That'd be too big. It's a massive spider.
So when this spider has babies, because you know how spiders have babies, they have like
yeah,
a
they have a
fuckload of
billion
babies.
trillion babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how do we know if it's male or female?
Who cares? I don't know. There's
In
probably a
spiders' worlds,
way to
aren't,
figure it
like,
out.
the females usually bigger.
Maybe.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't know.
females don't
Are,
lay
are
very
female
an egg sac.
tarantulas bigger?
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the case. I know that's the case with like dinosaurs. So then the male ones wouldn't go and eat the eggs of the female one for food. I feel like that was a thing.
Why would the
Just
why
for
would the male dinosaurs
Aren't
eat the
alligators
eggs?
For
technically
food.
dinosaurs?
no, but they're at like as
No?
old as them.
Yeah, wouldn't that make
they're,
them
like,
a
from
dinosaur?
around. Nah, because I think dinosaurs specifically probably qualifies for like
It's like
the land variant or something. I don't know.
Do
But
dinosaurs
it's like
alligators
saying-
are on the land.
because they don't seem like animals that should have laid eggs.
Who knows? Wait, what did you say? Hold on, I wasn't paying
Bro,
attention.
I can't imagine a fucking T-Rex just like laying a fucking egg.
Well,
I
I'm gonna be real
can't.
with you.
they did, I guess. There's everything laid eggs back then. If we
Fake.
existed back then, we would be laying eggs, pretty much. It was just in for the time. It's the fashion.
Bruh, like the T-Rexes be thinking, man, I want to lay some fucking eggs.
Actually, a T-Rex egg is probably like the size of a fucking human. Those things are
Bro,
massive.
imagine that fucking omelet though.
That's true. You have the world's
I don't think it would be.
biggest omelet.
I don't think it would be tasty. To
Dude,
be
that's a-
honest,
I mean,
Probably
you
imagine
wouldn't
the
know.
protein.
You've never eaten a dinosaur egg.
That's true. You know, it could be the best thing you've ever had.
I've had Yoshi eggs before.
While we're
Yoshi
thinking
egg.
about dinosaurs, by
Yeah.
the way, I do have another question. It's
But
not related.
Yoshi's a green dinosaur.
Yoshi is a dinosaur, and he does eat people, which does mean that he is venomous. So we figured that out.
How does that make him venomous?
We figured it out.
We're just getting bored into him.
Toasty has previously said that if something eats you, it's venomous. Yoshi is venomous. It's just a connection between them.
Yoshi
That's
can
true.
end your life. He just chooses to lay you out.
It's true. It's probably like one of the strongest creatures. Thinking of strongest creatures, what is the strongest animal that exists right now?
Your mom.
The fucking gun.
It's not an
What about-
animal.
What about a gorilla?
I'm thinking.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me
No,
out.
a bear could beat the fuck out of
No,
a
no, no,
gorilla.
no, no. Hear me out.
No,
Hear me out.
look.
Okay. Oh wait,
Shut
I'll
up.
speak first.
You
Shut
said
up.
hear me out and then didn't say anything.
Listen. The reason why I think a gorilla could possibly be the strongest animal on Earth is because they're already pretty strong, right? But they
Yeah.
haven't discovered how to exercise or lift weights.
I was gonna
So
bring that up.
No, I think they
No,
have.
they don't know bodybuilding techniques.
yeah, so
like
we
the-
haven't seen
yeah.
one at full force.
I guess
Exactly.
that's true, but
Do you-
That also applies to bears too. We haven't also seen a bear
yeah,
before.
sort of. I mean, they're probably too stupid,
and
but currently gorillas are too
no, they're not that stupid. But like,
All animals
The
are
bears
pretty.
are
I'm pretty
smart.
sure bears. I'm pretty sure bears are like stronger than gorillas, as in like they can carry way more and pretty much easier.
I feel like the thing with a bear versus gorilla would be bears. Obviously, they have like the weird claws or whatever and teeth. But a gorilla, they can like punch you into the next universe. I've seen them like break through.
Yeah, but they
what should be
also
shatterproof
they don't
glass.
have the fucking. They don't have like the defense for it. They're like a glass cannon.
And
You
then
Wait,
maybe-
gorillas or
I'm
bears?
Yeah, gorillas.
not sure. I mean,
Cause
they're
they get fucked up. They get
both
fucked up by pumas,
like
dude.
tanks. Do they? Gorillas.
They're
and-
just a beast.
Yeah, they get
Gorillas-
fucked up by
Have you
pumas.
seen a
That's
hairless
weird.
ape? Those things are fucking muscular.
They're really buffed. And
Okay,
they're
but
my
we're not
hairless
talking about
gorilla.
hairless apes. We're talking about the silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do sort of
Gets
feel
fucked
that.
up by pumas.
But pumas, they
Those motherfuckers go in and fucking claw the shit out of them, and
Do
their
they?
skin pretty much they don't. It doesn't like regenerate. All right, they don't have regeneration
not
as good
Deadpool.
as most animals.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like both you guys
And then they fucking bleed out and they die.
are wrong in your answers, and the correct answer is hippo, because those things can destroy anything. Have you
Oh
seen
my
them
God,
chew
hippo
through a
could
watermelon
shit.
in a split second? They're crazy.
I feel like if you put your arm into a hippo,
You would die.
it would just like
you would
you'll
just,
cease to be
you
immediately.
Come on.
just don't have an arm
You know
anymore.
What I think
Yeah.
is an animal that's usually underestimated to be very scary?
Hmm.
Elephants.
Elephant, just their sheer size, because they are the biggest land animal, and
but they're also really smart.
that's
No,
true as
and,
well, I guess.
Something I heard about is that they will basically take revenge. Like, they remember you very well. If you've done something to wrong them, they will fuck you.
You accidentally shit in their fucking pen,
I mean,
and
it is
they'll
that saying,
remember
isn't
you
it?
from the fucking day forth.
Elephant always remembers. That's not a saying. Whatever the thing is with elephants and remembering. Also, they do have those big tusks, which, well, beautiful for ivory, yes. They like, can also fucking gore you immediately. That's it. It's just a
Oh.
massive spike on its face.
You know
Okay,
what's
that's also mooses. Mooses will gore you.
That's true enough.
Mooses will probably more likely to gore you than elephants, because elephants. will
Yeah,
most of
but
the time,
if you put a moose and an elephant in one room, the elephant's gonna win, definitely.
Yeah.
oh yeah, because the elephant has more mass than a moose. But a
I
moose
mean,
can
if we're
move
gonna
faster than an
if we're gonna
elephant.
do mass as well, then wouldn't like a whale be the strongest creature?
Well, okay, how is
Yeah.
a whale going to attack a moose?
Now that
Is it
that's
just
its
gonna
own
eat it?
You're gonna you're gonna fill up the room with water,
and then the moose
so
will
then
drown.
the
so
whale eats
obviously
it.
the whale's the
Okay,
best option there.
I don't think it's a fair fight if you just throw the moose into the tank.
No, I think it's totally
I mean,
fair because
more water on
they
Earth
can
than
swim,
land,
right?
So
All right.
give it the times. Moose. Yeah, I feel like if we're going to do some sort of animal power discussion of who would win, we have to separate water and land because they are just two distinct environments. You can't have one live.
I want to say a top contender is the chicken.
Why?
I genuinely think a chicken is top
You're
tier
the stupidest
when it comes to
man
this shit.
to ever
Why?
exist.
'Cause of the legendary
Hear me
armor?
out. Hear me out. You fucking train a hen, all right? The cockfighting hens, they will fuck you up.
Okay,
alright?
but I can kick a
They
hen.
will
What is
fuck
it gonna do?
you
I kick
up.
the hen. What is it gonna do?
Yeah, it's the size of a
Dude,
doll.
they have
those
chicken
things.
No,
you have
They're
not
big.
seen a cockfighting hen in action
Okay, but you
in
can't
front of
train
you.
that. You
What
can't
I've
kind of
seen
into
that
an
shit.
elephant as well.
I
That's
like how
train,
an
okay,
important
I like
Megan,
how
question.
hear me
if I
out. You
type
can't-
in if I type in the most dangerous animal in the world on Google, one of the top results is
Right.
humans. Dude, that's really deep.
Bro, that's
So deep. I mean,
That's
it's
deep.
true, I guess. I would actually. Well, I
Man.
was about to say if I would walk through an alley and there was a human on the other side versus a gorilla, I would be more scared of the gorilla. So I take it back immediately. That stupid answer that has come up with.
Ah, yes, Tumblr artist Ditsy Do over here is gonna fucking beat up a
okay, but we
fucking
did
12-ton elephant.
we did beat nature's fucking evolutionary arms race by picking up a rock and throwing it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Haha,
good.
fuck you,
Stoning people
nature.
to
I
death
can
was the
pick up a
ultimate
rock.
technology.
Speaking of rocks, apparently monkeys have come to the Stone Age.
I've heard that. I don't really
Would help
believe it. I
a
mean,
lot.
with,
What do you mean?
Like they're starting to make tools with stone.
Oh god, we are
Deadass.
fucked.
they have birds that drop stones on.
Yeah, but
nuts.
that's different because it's not like it's in their fucking nature to do it. Like what it's being said is that they're starting to evolve to be able to use these tools and
Okay,
rely
but
on
the thing
it.
we need to be concerned is can they be evolved to form societies like humans can? Like have complex like
I mean,
maybe.
give it a few more thousand years, and they probably will be able to.
Yeah, this is a problem that will face
Yeah.
us like 100,000 years from now. then.
they'll become a minority in the country.
you want to know what I
We're
just
not going to have
find,
some sort of Planet of the Apes style uprising. It's
No, it's not. It's gonna be they're gonna be integrated into our society, and they're gonna be running for president. And at some point, we're gonna get a monkey president.
Yo, that reminds me of the
Like,
time where people
it's
tried
messed
to
up.
like
we're gonna
Racist.
probably repeat history and be racist to the monkeys.
yeah.
Yo, that reminds me of when
Yo.
people were legitimately trying to communicate with dolphins and would write and were like predicting the future of like, oh yeah, we'll have dolphins on the seat of the UN. Like they'll be integrated into our society. I remember
The
that.
thing in Star Trek, actually, they there's like a ship that's like 50% dolphins. That's a thing I remember reading about. So that was an actual prediction.
How the fuck do the dolphins traverse in the ship? It's like the
the whole thing is
ship
flooded,
full of
apparently.
water.
Yeah, that was the idea that
No,
they
no,
were
they
going
grew
with.
legs. They instantly evolved legs.
Now,
Did you guys
they
know
did
that
do
octopi?
some experiments with dolphins, by the way. They did have. Do you know that story about that woman who had to jerk off a dolphin because it made some sort of bond with her in an experiment where they were testing?
Yeah, that was
dolphin
the one I was
dominance.
talking about, where they were trying to communicate with dolphins and they put everyone on acid.
Did they
And
put
they were
everyone on it?
talking-
I mean, that
What
does
the
sound right.
fuck? They put them on
Oh yeah,
acid.
they put them on
Dolphins are
LSD.
people.
What the fuck? You would think, like, communicating, you see these group of scientists, they're like actually like fucking sober, and they're like writing down stuff, they're trying to communicate, they have these intense machines. Nah, dude, let's just fucking put everybody on acid so that they fucking so that we can communicate with the fucking dolphins.
You know what?
And while they're thinking, man, this is gonna be a great success, right? The fucking people trying to communicate with them are fucking balls fucking just out of it, seeing that the fucking ground is talking to them because of the fucking LSD and shit. Like, holy fuck, dude.
You know what? I bet what actually happened is they were like, "Oh yes, we need the LSD for this experiment, guys." Ordered a bunch from the U.S. government. They took it themselves and had the experiment go normally, or didn't even have one at all. Why even? It's just a little trick to get drugs.
They just fucking made it
For all
up.
we
It's
know,
all
that's how
lies.
all science is done.
That's true enough. NASA's just a big black box where drugs get funneled in.
Therefore,
that's-
the truth about the Earth is that it's flat.
The truth about the Earth,
Yeah.
it's flat, and the moon is actually made of meth because that's where they store all the drugs.
The moon is real.
The moon, guys. The moon isn't real. It's just what do you call it? Laundry in front.
It's a giant hologram.
I honestly,
The laundry front.
I honestly believe the moon was made out of cheese until I was in high school.
Same.
High school.
Yeah, I legitimately thought I never shared it. Like, I never really thought about it, and I would look at it, and I would just get so fucking hungry because I would just think it was made out of the cheese.
It's made out of glowy cheese.
And then in when I was getting into high school, my freshman year, right before in the summer, I started talking about one of my friends, and I told him, like, yeah, you know, the moon is made out of cheese, and he told me, what the fuck? We
Yeah,
had a whole 3-hour discussion that fucking opened my brain and my mind to a third fucking eye, finding out that the moon wasn't made out of cheese.
It's like the
Look, I
pill
didn't-
scene in the Matrix.
Like, I don't know exactly what the moon was made out of. It could have been cheese, anything. But I was convinced I could eat the moon.
Yeah,
It's the
same.
dream of every.
I thought I genuinely wanted to go and become an astronaut
so you can
so
eat the
that
moon.
when I get to the moon, I open my fucking spacesuit. I go out there and I start eating the fucking moon.
You'd freeze before you could eat it.
you would almost die immediately, probably.
But that was kid me back
Yeah,
then,
that's
realizing
fair.
that
You remember-
yeah, I was
You
invincible.
remember that scene from the Magic School Bus when Arnold took off his helmet and his
Yeah.
head immediately froze?
And he fucking died.
Turns into like an Iceman
Oh,
immediately. I don't.
Holy shit, they did my man's wrong.
I don't remember the context
Like-
for that scene, so for all I know, that's actually the final episode, and he's dead from that point on.
Like, he's just
It's-
dead
it
forever.
just ends
Apparently
there.
he's just fine, and I don't understand how.
So he lives through that. I thought maybe that was going to be like some sort of like vision of the future. Like, if you do this, this will happen. But he actually did
You
that.
know what's funny? They made a fucking. I remember reading a fucking creepy pasta of that fucking clip,
Wow.
and it talked about how they got stuck in there and they just died, and I was like,
What an
man,
epic
kind
creepypasta.
of depressing.
Bunch of kids dead on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's epic, dude.
randomly, I was thinking more about the whole dangerous animals thing, and
Yeah.
I remember one animal that was constantly repeated to me about being really dangerous and like stay away from it and all that is the kimono dragon. And I mean, it looks
Oh.
scary. It looks scary, right? But honestly, they also kind of look like little bitches, and
Yeah.
I feel like if I had the fucking courage, I could fuck one up.
Yeah, I feel
You think you
right.
could beat the fuck out of a 3-4 foot Komodo
Yeah,
dragon?
I'm
I
real
mean,
different.
That's
Well, that should-
in these terms, right? Venomous, all right? Actually venomous, because
They're
I'm pretty sure they either
lizards.
they produce like fucking venom or they produce fucking acid, right?
Bro,
They look like little
LSD.
bitches, alright? They don't even look
You
like
know-
dragons. That's
It's
a goddamn
true
lie.
enough, yeah. It's like if you took away all the dangerous
I'm just gonna
features
say
from
to
an
you, I
alligator.
saw
That's what
I
they
saw
are.
a video of a fucking Komodo dragon eating a monkey, and those fucking dudes are ruthless. They do not give a fuck.
Or
You know, last
monkeys,
time I
though,
checked,
we'll beat 'em up.
last time I checked, basically what they do is that they'll bite their prey, and that injects venom into them that like slowly kills them, and they stalk their prey for days until it just gives up and dies on the floor, and then they all join in and eating it.
All right.
Well, then
Yeah.
I feel like you'd beat that up, because even if you're bitten, you have a few days to wait, because it'll slowly kill you.
You
With
have a
that
few
knowledge
days
in
to
mind, you
wait.
can just kill it quick as you can, and then that's it, you win.
I just
What if the fucking who would win, the Komodo dragon or the gorilla?
The gorilla.
I don't think. Okay, here's the thing about Komodo dragons. Like, they're small, right? So like a gorilla might hit
I mean, they're
No,
pretty
they're
big.
like 4
But
feet.
have you-
They're 4
comparatively.
feet.
Yeah, that's
to-
comparative to a gorilla.
Yeah.
They're small, so like you can't just like it's not like a weight match. Like you have to like actually like you know how you see the big smart guy.
I don't think it would matter for height, dude, because fucking
I'm saying it's
alligators
not like
are not that fucking
It's
tall.
not like a weight of mass where you just like throw punches at each other. You have to like tactically like move around it so it doesn't bite you and like get behind it and shit like that, like a snake.
Okay.
So like I don't
I
think a
feel-
gorilla is
So-
gonna have the brain capacity to like be able to figure that out on like
Gorillas are learning how to make fucking stone tools, right, dude?
Okay,
Gorillas
but
are
once
tools.
once a gorilla gets their hands on a kimono dragon, I think it's fucked.
Yeah. I'm envisioning this going one way. It's that a gorilla goes up to a Komodo dragon and immediately crushes its skull with its giant fists, and the fight is over immediately. That's what I see happening.
You know, this kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong versus Yoshi.
Yeah, the movie that's coming out, Donkey Kong versus Yoshi. Can't wait to
all right,
wait.
I'm about to change topic. So everyone look at this image.
Okay.
All right.
This is
How
what we
much
need in a
money?
visual thing.
How much
Just a
money
visual thing in
let
this
people eat
podcast.
sushi off you?
I mean, that depends how much they're paying.
How much money? That's the thing. How much money? That's what I'm saying.
Are they gonna show my penis?
Yes,
Are
you
they
would be
gonna
naked.
let?
Probably,
They're
yeah.
gonna.
But like,
Actually, that person's
Okay,
wearing
fully
something
naked.
underneath. Actually,
yeah,
they
you
both
would be
are.
like covered up.
Are they gonna touch?
It's a
Are
half-cocked
they gonna touch me
experience.
there? Because
I
I'm
don't-
not. I don't think I'm ready for some fucking
I don't think they're
dude
gonna
putting
do it
on
purpose.
fucking wasabi on my balls to be dipping.
I think you would be able to
okay.
feel that.
I don't think they're
Not
gonna
sure.
do it on purpose, but they're gonna be eating sushi off you.
I feel like that's fine. I would
Okay.
do that. Whatever.
That's my first. My second question is, why the fuck are there people, right, eating food off a fucking person?
I don't know. I'm not
I'm pretty sure that
asking.
they're clean, right? They shower. They
would
like double
assume,
shower.
But I would ask the one
Because they're
I would
eating
ask
off a
the
body.
upper class because I'm not doing this. I'm poor.
I mean, it's
Everyone
a
is-
thing with rich people and food.
This
Where it's
is a
just
rich
bizarre
people thing.
shit that they do.
Yeah, but, like-
Taste in, like everything.
Okay, listen, if I was
Like-
rich, I would totally do this.
I wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Why would you
Why
do this?
would you?
This
Fair
is
enough
so
question.
fucking weird to me. Like, oh yes, let me fucking
Hire
just
people.
eat food. Yeah, hire people to eat food off their fucking chest.
I
All right,
don't get
that is so weird.
I can
And then
sort of see
I
the
find
appeal.
out that the dipping where I have to dip my fucking sushi is in their balls, dude. I would say hell to the fuck
Okay, who
no,
said it was on their
and
balls?
just go order myself some Uber Eats, bro. Go get myself a Subway sandwich. All right,
I
'Cause-
order my $6 sandwich for a $30 trip.
yeah.
You know what?
Listen,
This is the way of the future. Eventually, when you order like Uber Eats or whatever,
Listen.
it's gonna come and the driver's gonna get out, get naked, and lay underneath your food right there. This is the way of the future. You're just not seeing it yet.
Look, I'm gonna specifically ask for the most like fat like Indian man that I could get on Uber Eats to just for him to get naked in front of me. All right, that's the only way I would probably eat my
Why
food.
was that
off
the
a person.
option? Because surely I'm envisioning this. The main appeal that I see is that you get some sort of hot guy or girl or whatever, and then
No. I want the fattest, most like crustiest Indian man to come to me and do that.
as vile, you took away the only appeal that this has, which is not much of an appeal.
Dude, there's not much of an appeal, all right.
True.
So I'd rather make it a
Make it a
funny
memorable
fucking experience.
That's true enough. You'll
Alright,
never
but
forget
like,
that.
Yeah.
No one's answered the question. How much money for you guys to do this?
I wouldn't do this at all. Look, you can tell me, oh, I'll pay you like $3 billion. I would say no because I don't want wasabi on my fucking
I'll pay
balls.
$3 billion. You know how much a billion is?
It's
Yeah, it's 100. It's like 100
It's like
million.
10 that's-
Yes, I know.
It's like
Is that? Fuck
3
yeah.
billion $1 bills. That's how much it is.
that's crazy.
Like yes, I know. Like I know, 3 billion is a lot, but I also don't want to have the experience of putting wasabi on my balls.
You don't have to have
Okay,
wasabi
like-
on your balls in
But,
this,
like,
by the
what
way.
if they do
That's
pay you
I-
$3 billion, but there is no wasabi on your balls?
Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah.
Guaranteed. No wasabi.
No wasabi on my balls.
It's in your asshole.
See, now you're thinking about it.
That's even now. That's even worse. Hold up. I started thinking about it. I'm like,
No, I'm kidding.
okay,
The
maybe.
wasabi
But
in
then
endangered areas.
then you fucking come in, Toasty's like, yeah, let me shove in that fucking wasabi up your asshole, bro. Like, holy shit, bro. Calm the fuck
Alright.
down. I would. That's an interesting offer.
To not have wasabi on your balls is an interesting offer.
Drew, how much would you do?
I would
this?
do it for $15. I don't care. I don't give a shit. As long as it's vaguely worth my time. In fact, I would say the experience is gonna be interesting enough. And also I would get a free 15, so who cares? That's it.
Okay, Zina, what about you?
I feel like you would just do it for free, Toasty.
That's true enough.
You mean
Yeah,
Zenor?
you would just do it for free.
Yeah,
I would do
you're
it
a
for
whore.
300.
No, I mean you. No, I would do it. I would think you would do it for free because, you know.
I would do this for $300.
I just kind of see you being a person that would just come in like, oh, me being naked in front of a bunch of people, dude, that would be so fucking.
Well, I'm not
great.
Sexual deviancy.
I'll do it for
Yes,
free.
please.
Yes, please sign me
Zina.
up. Where do I sign up?
Zina, you
What?
gotta answer the question, alright? This is important. We need to know this information.
The people are dying to know this information.
Yeah. I
How
need to know
much
how
are
much
you-
money to
are you willing to
raise
get paid
right
for?
now.
We're starting the GoFundMe.
What?
How much
for the GoFundMe?
What even is the question? I don't even fucking know. How much
How
money
much
would it
do
take
you
for you
to
to
let
have
people-
sushi on your balls? No. That's the question.
How much money to let people eat sushi off you?
3 billion.
3 billion?
Yeah.
That is the minimum amount. You gotta go the smallest number you're able to accept. 3 billion is, I mean, it's
I
a
know,
lot of
that's-
money,
That is
obviously.
the only way I'm doing that.
Okay.
You get a call from
You guys are
Jeff Be-
crazy.
you get a call from Jeff Bezos.
Oh my god.
I heard you were
No,
available
Raid is
to
Raid
buy
Raid is
sushi
gonna
for
call
me.
you up, bro. Raid is gonna call you
Raid
up.
Shadow Legends calls you up. Is like, so we saw the Keyframes podcast.
Their black box of money that they keep drawing out of.
I
I mean, it'd be worth it. Whatever, $3 billion. Crazy,
Yeah.
stupid.
You know what? Fine, I'll take
Speak-
it. I mean, I'm in desperate need of a sugar mommy already.
Speaking of which, how was the latest video coming out for you? How did that go?
It's doing well. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
doing well.
It would be a shame if
That's it.
I were to hold all those files hostage and demand $3 billion. Wouldn't it?
Be
Okay. Good. Do we have any
I
more
think it's-
questions?
I
'Cause
think
I
it-
have
think-
potential
Do-
questions, by the way.
Do you think that if we got a tank, like a medium-sized tank,
like,
and then we
wait,
put
tank, like a
What-
military
what-
tank.
no, like a bird, like
A bird
tank
tank?
or
You mean a
a-
fish tank, probably.
a fish tank.
A fish tank?
All right?
A bird
If we
tank.
Ah, yes, my bird tank where my
Okay,
birds
so-
are being held
Here's an
hostage.
idea.
They're
at.
being
Because
submerged
what if we got
underwater
the-
till they
What if
drown.
we got the tank and then we could put like a pigeon in there, right? And then along with the
It is a
pigeon,
bird tank.
we threw in 1,000 hungry cockroaches.
I
Who
feel
would
like
win
that
out
would
of
be
that?
considered animal abuse.
I think that
When you say cannibalism,
I think that would be illegal animal
I
fighting.
think that would be
You
animal
think
abuse.
The cockroaches would take down the pigeon.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Without a doubt.
I don't think so, because see, think about it. The bird can fly.
But,
But
it's
it's in a
stuck.
I mean, it can't fly forever.
It's stuck.
Yeah. It'll tire out, and when it does,
All right, you have
cockroaches.
to made me think. So in this fish tank, there's just the cockroaches and the bird, nothing else.
That-
Something for the bird to
1,000
hold on to, I'm imagining as well. So it's just
Uh,
the ground.
This would have to be a big tank because 1,000 cockroaches is a lot more than you think.
That's true.
Eh,
I think 100 is
It's
a more reasonable answer.
but I don't think 100
No,
would be
I
able
think-
to kill a bird, though. I feel like it has to be 1,000. Could be a bigger tank, I guess.
I feel like the bird would probably
Is
win.
it just an empty tank?
Because it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can a bird eat 1,000 cockroaches? That's the thing.
No.
No, but it can certainly kill 1,000 cockroaches.
I'm not sure if it can.
But do you
There-
think
there's
the
a thing.
cockroach would be able to kill it first?
Because they're not like ants. Right? If this was like some fucking ants, I would think maybe like even fire ants like probably would kill it, because those fuckers are.
But the cockroaches
Like-
still bite.
They're larger than ants.
I've never had a cockroach
But
bite
they
Well, that
me.
doesn't mean they don't do it. They only bite birds, pigeons specifically, for some reason.
I mean,
There's a thing that bees do where they surround some sort of large thing than them. I think it even works on like small mammals, right? And they are able to like shake their wings or something, so it causes a lot of heat, which I think literally causes the animal to like inside to burn to death, basically. Not really, but just overheat their immune system or some crap like that. Do you think 1,000 cockroaches could almost do the same thing to that pigeon? Is that a thing? Some cockroaches have wings, right? That's a thing.
Okay, so how this would have to go is that the bird would eventually fall asleep, and that's when the cockroaches would have to attack. You know, and they would have to all go in a formation and like stampede it, make it like pretty much like overwhelm the fuck out of this poor bird.
Alpha Squad, go!
Right?
We fight for our freedom!
This would be like This would be like a fucking a man pile of cockroaches.
Just won't fight each other. They're hungry, right? Like I assume they have to.
They
be
probably
cannibals.
will just kill each other.
Yeah, they most likely would kill each other.
They
Yeah,
probably do.
they probably
They'll
would,
probably eat each other more than a bird. That's the thought I have.
because yeah.
There's only one way to find this out, truly. That's to do this,
Alright, guys,
okay?
I'm buying a big kit.
I
on Amazon.
I could go steal a bird.
No one will ever know.
They won't even suspect it's me unless they
Oh,
watch
hey,
the Keyframes
by the way,
podcast.
Cockroaches
I was,
will turn on each other for food, and they will eat the young.
Uh-huh. So they probably will just
Oh
eat
my
each
God.
other. The bird won't have to do anything. They'll just cannibalize each other until there's one massive cockroach
Yeah.
left over, and then that will eat the bird. That's what'll happen. King cockroach.
Okay, but real talk, do they even have enough nutrients to make the cockroach big enough?
No, that will never happen.
Bro,
No,
I can get drunky.
I don't know.
King cockroach.
I think you'll just have a bunch of animals that starve to death in a cage, and that's it. Probably. That's
By the
the
way,
unfortunate
Zina, how
truth of this
was,
scenario.
How was Texas freezing over? How was that?
Oh, that was awful. I hated that. I'm not somebody who like grew up in cold weather. I'm not prepared for that. So the moment we had like I think it was like 4 straight days of like freezing cold. I hated that so much.
Sounds
It was
pretty
hard to
bad.
get around, and it was hard to get around anywhere. Everything was fucking closed. The phone lines were down, as well as the internet. So just you couldn't do any of that. There was no electricity. It was terrible.
The
Yeah, it's
phone
really
lines
bad.
were out, so, like, no-
I was surprised that it froze over that badly, because I was thinking like, Texas, no, would never happen.
Yeah, it's too far south, surely,
Yeah.
but
They had a whole like freezing thing before, like years ago. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but it did. And when that did happen, people warned Texas that they should take precautions in case anything like this ever happened, and no one
I assume they
listened.
didn't. Yeah.
So
Didn't the what's his name?
Ted Cruz?
Or
Ted
yeah, he
Cruz.
fucking dipped.
Ted Cruz dipped to go on like a fucking vacation in the Bahamas or something with his family.
No, Cancun. He went to Cancun.
Cancun. He went to Cancun.
Just wanted to be a
like,
good dad.
His excuse was that like, oh, I just wanted to be a good dad to my kids, and they wanted to go on a vacation, blah blah blah. So we went. Just, dude,
That's hilarious.
listen. Here's the thing, all right. If I was rich, I would have fucking been out of here too, okay? But you can't do that when you're a fucking
Senator.
public figure.
Politician, yeah. It's bad for your image, definitely. I mean, it's not like I guess Ted Cruz really has too much of a positive image
Oh, hey,
in
you wanna know
either
the best
party,
part?
but regardless.
Did you guys hear about the Texas mayor who was saying that everyone needs to fend for themselves during the whole thing?
That is the most
Oh, yeah, I
Texas thing
actually
could
did
ever
hear about that.
What-
I
what
did.
was this?
I did hear about that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
super surprised.
According I swear to God, this guy like talks like if he was in fucking barbarian times, and I made a joke about that while we were in fucking like freeze mode. Like I made a joke to my sister like, "Damn, we live in fucking barbarian pilgrim times." And this guy's speaking like if that's actually happening. He was saying things like only the strong will survive and the weak will perish.
Bruh, it's be sounding like some fucking
Like an evil villain. That guy probably caused the
yeah.
freeze. This is all an experiment to
Republicans
him.
be like.
Okay,
He sounds like the fucking Bane from fucking the Dark Knight.
The
that
weak,
he
they
was-
will die.
He said that he was also sick and tired of people looking for handouts, and the current situation is sadly a product of a socialist government.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like Bane from fucking Batman. Holy shit.
Texas. Hey guys, we want to have an independent electric grid system and also have capitalists run our infrastructure. Also Texas. Socialism's destroying our state.
That is,
Hey Patrick, what am
that's
I?
funny. Oh man. If only Sandy was actually in Texas, you know, she could bring the great infrastructure that they've always wanted.
It's true, Sandy for senator. Oh, you want to know the
Yeah.
best part about this whole story? So you know Ted Cruz's competition who
I thought
lost
you said he
the race
combusted.
by
Set
like
on
a few,
fire.
yeah, by like a few votes. He was literally fucking out there.
Shows from like Grand Theft Auto that they make like satire political stuff, and
Mhm.
it's kind of sad sometimes that they don't seem very satire at this point.
Yeah, you just listen to them and it's like,
On the
oh,
subject
this
of,
isn't the real radio.
On the subject of politics, I actually kind of like Joe Biden now.
Wait. Before we continue, quick warning for Kevin. We will be talking
This
about
is a Kevin
politics.
warning, okay,
So
Kevin? We know you're out there. Turn this off immediately. Okay, thank you.
Thinking about it, I think actually my favorite talk show from Grand Theft Auto is the one for Vice City for a VCPR. Oh god, the funniest thing to me is that when they got like some senator or something to talk on it, and he was just like, "Oh, my campaign appeals to the poor who are too stupid to understand what I say, so we held up pretty pictures and gave out candy bars to appeal to their most basic instincts." And just that sounds like a regular politician to me.
That sounds like a normal ass Republican.
Just remind me of that Joe Biden thing where he said the poor. What even was it?
He said, no, I remember. I'll quote it to you.
Right.
He said, "Poor people and white people." Wait, poor people are just as educated and just as talented as white people. That's
yeah, that's funny. It's a funny slip.
Holy shit. This man.
I mean, he's an old man.
Cap.
You know, he can get away with accidentally saying stupid shit. Because that.
I mean, didn't he like?
They're both old men, though.
Fuck.
It's crazy how old all of our politicians are. I think. How old is Joe Biden? Because I know. I think Trump.
Here's the thing about
Joe Biden was like
here's the thing
79,
about
I
politicians.
think.
Like for me
like
personally,
79.
I don't care how old they are. I don't care how young they are. If they are in politics, they automatically become boomers. All right. I don't know what it is about being a politician. Something like fucks with your brain the moment you get into that line of work, but you just become automatically like you distance yourself from like being a regular person. So you just sound like a fucking some monster or something trying to look like a human.
That's pretty true. I mean, it's probably to do with the amount of work and job. Because have you seen images where it's like, oh, it's Obama before he became president and then after, where it's his hair turned completely gray in that 4-year span. It's a stressful thing. So I'm thinking that quite possibly it's just enough work to where they just act very bizarrely to everyone else. Though it's very strange though, isn't it?
I mean, you got to think about it. When you become president, you're pretty much accountable
the entire
for
country.
what, like
for a whole nation,
millions and millions. Yeah, the entire country, millions of people, right? And you got to make sure that they're okay, that they're doing great, that they're not doing anything that's gonna compromise your country and shit like that. And you're doing that 24/7, 7 days a week for 4 years, right? And you're also like doing a bunch of bills and laws and shit like that. and trying to change the country how you
On
want it to
hearing
be.
this,
While at the same
I
time,
feel that.
while at the same time,
You don't know. No,
oh, sorry,
continue. I was
sorry.
gonna do a joke, but you know what? This is too serious for a joke. You gotta continue, please.
Yeah, no, this is for
This
Kevin.
is for Kevin.
Right?
Hold on, I'll be
Reverence
right
of Kevin.
back.
It's Kevin.
Anti-Kevin podcast.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of work, and these people just turned like
Yeah.
white hair in like
That's
4
why I
years.
think we should have that guy from Texas come in, just declare survival of the fittest, and then abolish the government. And there we go. Suddenly we don't have to worry about all the stuff the president does, because there won't be any.
I thought you
That's
were
it.
gonna say. I thought
That
you were.
was the joke. That was the official
You
joke.
know,
Please laugh, please.
I don't know,
worked
man.
so
Like, I
hard.
don't care. When it comes to politicians, I am quick to assume that they just don't care about the common person, because it seems like they just don't. No matter what it is that they say, like, oh, we need to help the poor people, just, you guys don't do shit.
Yeah. There's I don't know. I feel like it sort of depends on what they're sort of raised up in, because for a lot of like politicians, quite potentially they can be raised entirely in a rather sort of upper class family. So it's hard to sort of imagine the
It's honestly
strife of
most
any of the
likely that
other
a lot of
things.
them did grow up upper class.
Mm. Yeah, I guess it's just they're able to pay for the best politician schools or whatever. Maybe I'm not sure. Oh well, it's a shame, but it's nothing we can really change.
Okay, another quote I just remembered from the Grand Theft Auto talk show, where it's just the American people need a better hobby, like laughing at poor people and being rich.
Holy shit!
It's
Just
good.
yeah, again,
I
that
want that
just
to be my
sounds like
life.
the average politician to me.
Holy fuck!
It's something
dude.
that I'm gonna say in like 5 years. Mark my
Dude,
words.
I can't wait to
a
fucking
vault
laugh
that
at those
form.
poor people.
I can't wait to laugh at the poor. They're so funny to me. Okay. I guess I have a few other questions. But I don't know. Should we move on to some sort of other
I think
segment?
I think we should move on to Zina.
What even is the next thing? I
Our
don't know.
guest here. We
Okay.
talked about monkeys. We talked about all that stuff. Well, we haven't really
yeah.
talked about our guest. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's never do that.
Let's just start with a simple one. How's YouTube going so far?
How's YouTube going?
Yeah, how's it going? How are you feeling about it?
Well, I mean, I do like doing it, despite the fact that, I barely upload, just because making videos and scripting and all that is hard. But
I know what you mean.
I do like doing it. It's just recently, or like a few months ago, just a lot of stuff was going down, and
Yeah.
just the amount of, like, oh God, I don't want to say it, but that's what it basically is. It's just petty YouTube drama and all that shit. That sort of thing, like, always brings me down, even if I'm not involved in it, because it just makes me realize, like, how unimportant a lot of the stuff that's going on is.
Yeah. I mean, seeing some of this YouTube drama, and I know what you're speaking about. It's so fucking weird that most of these creators have not tried to talk to each other in private, but
no, because YouTubers are incapable of doing that, and I'm putting myself included, because I mean, I don't make many videos like singling one single person or something like that, but
yeah.
the one time that it was like twice. The two times I didn't talk to those people, and I'm sure maybe we could have what's the word? I could have seen more on their side of things.
Yeah.
But we're incapable of doing that.
Yeah. I mean, and even if you do, right? If you take that step to go talk to them, right? Sometimes some of these YouTubers, they go ballistic. Like, they get angry and they're fucking prideful of their shit.
YouTubers freak out over, like, the smallest little thing. We've seen it happen over and over, and it gets very tiresome because, again, this all just seems like no one grew out of their high school years.
Yeah.
It's sort of the environment that sort of cultivates it, though, because if you don't have some sort of outrageous reaction to a minor thing, there's not really much for people to like. There's no reason for someone to like watch your video, because that is a lot of the time where entertainment value comes from, is just people being like outraged on specific things. If there's no sort of tension, there's not much to reason to watch.
And I mean, like, that's pretty much how drama YouTube works. Mostly commentary stuff. It's, hey, look at this person. They're doing this fucked up thing. I can't believe this. Blah blah blah.
Crazy.
Right? Crazy. I cannot believe they shit themselves. And
they shit themselves live on television.
Yeah, they just go off on it. But that's just kind of how YouTube works, But yeah.
Wow, somebody's playing their TV very loudly.
Is it my TV? I don't think.
No, it's here in my house. Like someone's
Okay,
playing
we
their
can't
TV very
we cannot
loudly.
hear it. At least I
Yeah,
can't.
I can't either.
50% deaf.
Okay.
So you should be good.
Yeah. So going on about that. How, like, working on your latest video? How did that feel? Did it feel better, or were you just like feeling about it?
Well, I mean, I like doing it because, for one, I'm not talking about some sort of fucking, like, upsetting thing or anything dramatic. Like, it's just me literally giving my opinions on art.
Yeah.
Or at least, like, trying to expand on other people's opinions about art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is much more enjoyable than making a fucking, like, tea spill video every fucking week.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that cookie run drama, bro. I was watching that vid like the other night. I was like, yeah, dude, this cookie run drama is pretty fucking good.
Oh
You're
yeah,
part
no.
of the problem.
Honestly, here's the thing: the cookie run community is still fucking ape shit. Like they have not gotten any. They've not gotten any better. The other day, they were losing their shit because they couldn't believe that the devs of the game put in fan art in a video that was about a fan art of like a platonic relationship, like a platonic friendship between an adult and like a child.
And nothing sort of vaguely romantic at all, where it's just like
It's
it could be like a
platonic.
No, the adult cookie was giving like the kid a head pat.
yeah. I mean, who cares? Surely.
Yeah, no, but that was the sort of thing that was included in a certain video, and
It's
people were just
bizarre.
losing their shit, and honestly being kind of low-key racist to the devs, which is scary.
Speaking about that, actually, it relates to you. Me and a friend were actually recently looking at kiwi farms. And we had seen that your name got brought up because there was this artist that hates you a lot, like, actually.
Yo, what?
Yeah, there was this artist that hates you. What's her name? I'm trying to fucking remember. They hated you because of the fucking cookie run drama shit.
Ooh, I think I might know who you're talking about. Is your name like Manny or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. All right. I remember that from like a while ago. The thing is that how this whole thing started is that they were making these like absurd claims about me, and one of their biggest absurd claims is that I stole OCs from a friend. It was like this one Rapunzel like design, like a dark Rapunzel design.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: that Rapunzel design was given to me by my friend. Like she designed it, but then she said, "Here, you could have it. Like use it in your stories." So I did. But their claim was that I just straight up stole the designs, and when I clarified that, they blocked me.
Bruh.
Wow.
I mean, that's kind of how Twitter goes, though.
The person also threw allegations of me like being a pedophile and like me being transphobic and all these other crazy fucking things, and they might still be on their shit, honestly, to this day. I have no idea. All I know is that they spend most of their time drawing trolls porn and hating on Has-Been Hotel fans.
From what I remember, the thread of that person, the part where you were mentioned, was mentioned, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. So it either they're still hating you pretty badly, or that shit was brought up like recently. But yeah, holy shit, people do.
Sorry, I heard trolls porn, and then my mind stopped functioning.
Yeah,
What?
the baby
Yeah.
trolls.
The movie,
The
Yeah,
DreamWorks or
movie.
whatever.
Yeah.
The
That
Dream
movie.
Trolls.
you know where the grandma died.
They draw porn of that.
What?
Meanwhile, they want to go on this whole purity train of like, oh my god, I can't believe Miss Zizi drew like a lewdish cookie OC. Meanwhile, you draw trolls porn. All right, you can't talk to me.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I mean, that's a first for me, because usually porn artists, right? They don't like shit on other like lewd and or like pornish things. You know, they just like, okay, cool. You know.
Seems Toasty's
Yeah.
back.
I have
Toasty,
returned.
how many times have you jerked off the trolls porn?
Yeah. How many
Trolls.
times? Trolls porn. My grandma died
Your grandma
It's
died?
trolls porn.
because of your singing.
I can't say I have it all.
I see. And so even the market of just sort of major deviants, they're not going after the trolls porn.
They're
That's
not going for it.
strange. I just can't get over the trolls porn. What?
Right? How did we
It's so
get to this
bizarre.
Yeah. So you were gone, so I just kind of took over.
point? Yeah,
Well,
that's fine.
let's just let me ask a new question. You know, going away from the trolls porn.
Could we not?
So, art wise, how are you feeling? Like,
Art wise,
yeah, art wise, you know, recent art stuff that you've made. How are you feeling about it? You feeling good, or are you feeling just tired?
I mean, I haven't drawn a lot recently, and that's just because I'm lazy. Like most of the days, I don't even want to get out of bed, much less draw. But for what I have drawn, recently, I do like it. I'm not going for anything like super
Crazy.
extraordinary or to, like make it super detailed or anything like that. And sometimes I get upset over that because I see that my sister's art looks like so much prettier. I guess if you want to like do it in comparison for like the amount of detail and shading that she puts into it, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not meant for very detailed work. I like very cartoonish art.
I mean, from the stuff I've seen that you've drawn, I think it's really good, and I think the style that you're going for, I think it's pretty good. Cause it's not in the boundary where, oh, this is like Steven Universe art, but it's not also where it's super detailed. You know, you're kind
You
of in
just
that middle
compared
ground.
my work to Steven Universe.
I'm comparing it to Steven Universe because of simplicity wise. I wouldn't have brought it. It's the first thing that came up to my head. All right.
You're saying all of her stuff is like Steven Universe? What the hell, man? I don't think that's true. Don't worry, babe. I got this for you, okay? That's just not a right thing to say, okay?
All right, I'm gonna. I've said this before, but and I mean this in the nicest way possible. But I think you had your golden age of art, like I think like 2 years ago.
You're
not
trash
to
now.
say-
You're trash.
Okay.
You're no longer
I'm
good.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not
Take her to
saying
the
this as like your skill has dropped. I think like you've gotten better, but I just think you were like way. It looked as if you were like way more motivated back then, because like I think some of your best pieces that you've ever drawn were from that era.
Yeah,
2 years ago. I don't even remember what I've made.
Yeah, your current art that you're making right now, that you are working on, yeah, not as good as what you did 2 years ago. Get the fuck out of here.
trash. You
Talentless.
I think
peaked
your skill.
long ago, lady. Just saying.
I mean, no, I just remember like because when I made my video on like critiquing people's art styles, I remember like digging through your deviant art, and then when I hit the 2 year mark, like I don't know, I just like was like, holy shit, these you. It just seemed like there was like I'm thinking about how I'm gonna word this. It just seemed,
Okay.
yeah, okay. You
Holy shit, you.
Oh,
Fuck.
you mean this? This was 2 years ago.
one that specifically comes to my mind was one where you would draw a lot of your old OCs. Yeah, that one looks really good. But oh fuck.
My
There was
old
one that I
OC
remembered
Miss
where it was
Easy.
the OC with like the little the hat, the guy with the paper bag hat.
Alice?
Alice,
what
yeah,
about her?
I liked her. I just liked her a lot.
Are you
It was
saying
my
that? Are
favorite
you saying that her original designs were at their like best back 2 years ago? Because you're kind of like flip flopping, where it's like, oh, your art was like the best. Oh, you were really motivated back then. Oh, I liked your character design a lot more.
I'm flip
I
flopping
guess
because I'm
different-
flustering myself.
Different people like different sort of styles, and potentially if your style has changed or whatever, then you might have people think like, this one was better when they're of, I don't know, equal quality, or one is better.
I just think
Who
there's
knows?
a
I
lot
haven't
of
seen any of your stuff.
and I think that just like personally like ticked for me.
I see.
For me, I think
Interesting.
her current stuff is actually really really good. And I
I'm
mean,
not saying it's
if
not.
you don't mind me saying, Zena, the current mod that I was telling you about that you were
Uh-huh.
working on, I looked at that art and I really liked it a lot. It was really nice.
Honestly, here's the thing. Do you want to finish it for me? Because I don't feel like finishing it.
Wait, Zena was working on a.
Most of the key like frames are done. I just don't want to do everything in between.
Yeah, I'll finish it for you. I'll finish it for you. No balls. No dead ass.
I will fucking pay you to finish it, dude.
No payment needed. I literally, for those listening in, let me tell you the story. So, a week ago, not even a week ago. Like this has been an ongoing joke for me for about like what 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, where I've been asking Zina to make the Mizizi mod for Friday Night Funkin', and it came to me last week. I was hanging out with a friend, and we were joking about the Mizizi mod, and that joke went into, oh hey, you know what? Let's fucking just start working on something like that. So I sent screenshots to Zina that I'm gonna put up here, where we started working on it using her stills, and it just kind of led from one thing to another, where Zina just said, you know what, I'm gonna make my own Mizizi mod. But
Yeah, and I don't feel like finishing it, but I like how it looks. I just don't want to do everything in between it.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, that does.
Seems good.
For
No,
me,
it's probably a lot of work. Yeah.
for me, it's I kind of wanted to do a mod pack where we did some of us as just pretty much in Friday Night Funkin', and started with Zena, and then I wanted to do Slimmers and Bitter Souls after that. But yeah, I'll definitely finish it if you.
Wait, Omega, did you draw that? Or did
Huh?
you code it in?
Huh? No, she drew that.
Okay.
She drew it.
Okay.
I am not an artist. I don't think I'll ever be an artist.
Because like
Holy
when she said, "Oh, you finish it," I thought like she was asking you to draw like the in between frames.
Nah. I think I might ask someone to help me out with it.
Okay.
If not, I will
You know
try
what?
my best.
What got you into art in the first place? How did that tick for you?
I mean, I think I've mentioned this before, but like, what like pushed me to do it? Because I was always interested in art. I just didn't really care about getting into it. But what did do it was reading these online comics by a dude called Bleedman.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, still to this day, I think his art is like really nice, even though I've heard some not very pleasant things about him.
He's
But
been
The
in.
artist himself.
He's
been
been
in.
tainted.
but either way, like I've always thought his art was good, and I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I want to be that good someday. And I started drawing with him as my first inspiration.
And this was back when? 20 something?
Oh god, this was like
This was in 1999.
This was
1999.
around my like last year of middle school.
Oh.
So this was years ago.
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
Were you in America at the time?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Okay. I have an amazing
I want to
piece.
find a good piece of his because I still really like his artwork.
You had something, Zenor?
What I
Okay.
was about to say.
I think this looks nice.
Actually,
Yeah, this
you
is something
put
of
that
his.
first. Holy shit!
That is really good.
That is
Jesus.
phenomenally good.
Yeah, he was my first
So-
inspiration.
Epic sandwich.
Ding
Gotta say,
dong.
How many
colors very nice.
Because obviously, there's been times when anybody has wanted to do this. How many times have you wanted to quit just doing art in general?
I don't think I've ever had a moment where I wanted to quit. But actually no. I've had moments like that whenever I'm really like being whenever I'm really like when I'm really upset with myself over the fact that I keep thinking I'm not good at this. Why am I even doing this? That sort of thing,
Mm.
which
Uh,
happens quite a few times.
What makes you just like want to like stay in general? Like, is it YouTube or stuff like that? What is it?
No, it's the realization that I'm not good at anything else. So why am I going to quit the one thing that I'm moderately decent at?
Moderately decent. From what I've seen, you're phenomenal. It must be said. However, all right, gotta say something now. You know things about art, obviously, somewhat. So, how about this? Huh? Posting a masterpiece here. Any critiques?
Were you drawing that the whole time we've been sitting here?
I have drawn that in the last few minutes. Yes, it's pretty good, right?
Okay, so I mean, I think it looks good. My one criticism about Mario is that his mustache isn't connected, and like Mario's mustache, it is connected.
It is
and
connected. That's true.
Why is
and it
Mario a
also-
girl?
It's artistic
And
liberty.
it also doesn't have like the little curves that Mario's mustache has. It's more like the straightish mustache, like Luigi's.
Straight?
Yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah, so it needs those little curves. And you forgot his buttons on his overalls.
Oh, he
so
does
you-
have those Mickey Mouse buttons, doesn't he?
Yeah, you need the buttons, and then you also didn't color his shoes the right color, like they're blue instead of brown. And then as
Of course.
for Bowser, he doesn't have spikes on his shell or a tail.
I
Yeah.
think he's perfect. I may.
Okay,
feel
but
like,
why is
all those
Mario?
things?
Why
it's
is Mario
artistic
wearing
liberty.
a dress?
That's his overall, dude.
It's
That's his
2021.
kilt, you bitch.
Yeah, that's his Scottish heritage coming through right there.
That's
kilt.
true. Wait, I thought he was
That is.
Italian.
Nah, he's Scottish.
You probably heard wrong.
Yeah.
He's definitely Scottish. No,
I
it's
wonder
pretty.
what a Scottish Mario would look like.
I would probably just the same, but with a kilt, maybe. It might not have a mustache either.
I would think he would look like a bald, like fat Scottish man.
I drew the
Okay.
green M&M once.
Oh.
I drew the green M&M.
Oh, I remember.
It's as a
I thought you-
person.
I
Okay, I
thought-
thought you were just saying the circle and then the M thing.
I drew a green M&M.
I drew a green circle one time. It was pretty cool. That's pretty good. I like the humanized form. Yeah, it's nice.
All right. Next question. So Zina, you've been a moderately controversial figure in the art community, and I know that you've
Moderately
received some
Hitler was that too.
moderately controversial,
Call
to put it
someone a
lightly.
simp?
Lately, is it because of what I think
No, I
it
mean
is?
overall. Before all this commentary community bullshit, I mean like as an overall sense, because you used to be in the Tumblr scene. Am I correct on that?
basically. I was a bit more edgier. And there was just things I didn't really understand, nor that I tried to understand very well. So there were times that I said very stupid things, and
think we're all there.
I've tried to make up for that. Like I seriously I'm all about respecting people's identities, respecting what they want to wear, all that stuff. But there are just some people who will just not forgive you for the things that you've said or done, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I just wish they didn't spread those lies that I was still that way.
Mm.
Actually, to add on to
I
that,
was going to lead into a different topic, but yeah, that's a pretty good speech.
actually,
Anyways, what is the What are some of the DMs you've gotten over
Damn.
the years? The funnier
Get
ones, not the
fucking
ones.
destroyed, Omega. You're not allowed.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk. Shit.
Some of the weird DMs I've gotten.
Yeah, some of the weirder DMs you've got. What's the weirdest thing you've been sent that's
Well,
semi?
I can't remember like the weirdest thing I've ever gotten, but I did get this recently.
I need you
Oh,
to call me
Yeah.
Gringo, preferably with a hard R.
I need you to call me Gringo. Like, does this sound horny? Because it kind of sounds horny.
Okay,
It
say it.
sounds like some
Say it,
degradation shit.
Gringo with a hard R. I want to know what that sounds like.
Like, say it with a hard R, like an.
At the end? Doesn't-
Gringo.
It is I, Gringor, the Devourer.
Gringo.
Oh,
Ooh, that's good. It's rolling it. Gringo.
I feel like the only one who can't roll his R's here is Toasty.
I'll mock him for it. You know what? In this scenario, you're going to be the poor, and we're going to laugh at you. So.
I'm gonna point and laugh at you. Actually, to add on to weird messages, I know that you post a lot of opinions that people wouldn't usually like on Twitter. Have you gotten any like DMs like getting just backlash from it, or people getting salty at you about it?
Death threats.
I think honestly the only two that comes to mind is when I made a tweet about the whole cuties thing, and that I didn't think it was a good idea, and that the marketing was like really, really bad for it. And I got this huge paragraph by somebody saying something about how like, oh, it's people like you that are the reason why people who are pedophiles don't find help. Just why do I care?
Holy
Fuck the pedophiles.
it's
bizarre.
people like you. I was like, I don't care.
You know,
Oh,
Fuck
no.
this
those
is,
pedophiles, dude. Why do you think I care?
that's Kevin in spirit, leaving a long paragraph to
Yeah.
a relatively innocuous thing. Check the account. Maybe it is him.
Kevin, if Kevin doesn't leave a comment under this video, I'm gonna be very sad.
I'm gonna
I
cry.
would be so distraught.
I think I would also cry.
Yeah.
Very sad. Okay. Any more questions?
And I think also just any other DMs I've ever gotten are either just people being horny, people asking me for things, or I mean the one time I've gotten a threat was like straight up from God, I don't want to say his name, but it's the dude who like whose name starts with an A.
Oh, really? The only person?
Albert Einstein.
Albert
He's
Einstein.
He's
You
the
got a
smartest
threat
man.
from Albert Einstein?
Yes, that is exactly who I've gotten the thread from.
Damn, Albert Einstein out here fucking.
Damn,
kicking
Albert
guys' names,
Einstein.
I
bro.
thought he was a good man, but now I'm gonna have to burn the portrait of him that I have and destroy all of the knowledge he's provided to the earth.
But
Yeah,
I
we
have
can't use
gotten-
E equals MC squared anymore.
I have gotten like some like actually DMs on Discord. And there was like one specifically about the video I made on strawberry milk. It was somebody trying to come to her aid and saying like, oh, she draws these things because of this, and this. I don't care. I really don't. Like, I'm going to give my opinions on this artwork, and I don't care what you say to me. All right, and I especially don't care what you say when the last time I checked the Twitter of the person who sent that DM, I checked your Twitter and you retweet Martha Speaks porn. You retweeted porn of
What
a dog.
the fuck?
getting fucked. I do not care what you say.
Holy shit.
One DM that comes to mind, and I remember reading it in a Scottish accent from that you got on Discord. It was very long, and I don't even remember what it's about, but I know I have it saved somewhere.
Hold on, I
don't
think
think I
you
found
just
it.
triggered a memory.
I triggered a memory. Oh
A
god.
horrific flashback is taking place right now.
As we're just sitting here, Zina is like stops time for like 20 minutes and remembers everything.
Take a slow zoom in on her face with a camera. I remember it now.
Whatchamacallit, fuck.
God, are you trying to find it?
I am trying to find it. I'm looking
Oh,
in
it'll
all of
never
my
be found.
folders.
Hey, Zina, how about Bam, about this? Because apparently, I forgot, we do have a few direct messages, enough to fit
I
on a
hate
single
that fucking
screen.
image. Why did you make me look
Pretty
at
good. Yeah.
What-
What,
what
what
image?
image? I want to see that image. Hold up.
It's just a good, cool guy. All right, you shouldn't mock this man for his small deformities.
What? Or
here
did
we
you
go.
show her Pro Jared?
Oh
No.
my god, what the hell is that?
That's a
Ah,
picture of my face, dude. Don't be so harsh.
I'm gonna be as harsh as I want to. Holy shit, that's disgusting. Holy fuck.
I still don't know what this image even is. Truly, it's sort of terrifying.
Actually,
But
it's
that
kinda
was-
actually attractive now that I'm looking at it a bit more.
Oh, look at it. That's a peak male form
Stop.
right there.
That
that is the only image I've
I've been
sent.
black pilled. This is
The
the
three
peak
messages
alpha
I've
male
sent.
right here, right?
That's the
Fact.
Sigma male. It's the new male that's been
Yeah.
unlocked.
New male.
New male achieved.
You can
Sigma
now
Female
play
class.
3D.
God, that is vile, though. This, all right, for the video, this better be shown. All right, we need to see each of these images. Otherwise,
Yeah,
people won't know
no.
what we're talking about. Because there's no way you could describe what's currently what should be on screen right now. Because it's,
We're not gonna show that one.
yeah, that's
It's
strange.
listen, it's my mental illness, and I get to choose the coping mechanism.
Belong in the
I think
kitchen
it-
from Burger King. This is a
Yeah,
this is the auditory medium. We shouldn't be sending
shit.
images.
I'm
You
so
know-
upset that
I've
Burger
started an
King
evil
deleted
trend.
that tweet.
Yeah. It
Like,
It's,
it doesn't belong in the
God,
kitchen.
it's funny.
That tweet was fucking hilarious. As a woman, I thought that was fucking funny.
Wait, hold on, pause. You just said women didn't exist. Wait,
What the
Zina?
hell?
what the hell?
Contradicting
Hold on.
statements. What the
Mask
fuck?
off. Zina goes
My
mask
idol
off.
in
You
life
said
is lied
women.
to.
You said women didn't exist, but then you say, as a woman, I. Oh, Zeno just went mask off.
Holy shit.
The truth has been
Girls
revealed.
implies the existence of offline physical girl.
So let's fuck. Do you have any other questions, Toasty? Since you were the because you
I'm
had so
kinda-
many.
I want to ask about life in Mexico, or when
Okay,
you
what
were
do
in.
you want to know about it?
Just in general. I mean, if you're comfortable talking about it, just
There's a
like
lot
in
of
general.
Dragon Ball over there.
I mean,
I heard
Mexico's a big place. What do you want to know?
Any run-ins with cartels?
Um,
Do you know
Not-
the Mexican president?
not
Personally?
by the time I was there, no. Oh,
They
wha-
encountered
I
many
actually
sombreros?
have a-
although
Any other
the
generic things they
although
can
the
ask?
Mexican government is absolute shit. Like, they don't care about their civilians at all. And honestly, a lot of it most times is just like low key racist.
I actually have a
Against
story that involves the cartel.
Or like its own people? Like racist to who?
To anybody who's just not a civilian. But
Mm.
here's the thing: I think they're especially racist to black people. Like I've heard quite a few people. I've heard quite a few people in Mexico say very bad things.
Yeah,
I see.
I can actually confirm that that was a thing that happened for my
There's been so many times where I've been uncomfortable because they just straight up say something that's just terrible.
yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Crazy.
It's pretty bad. Surprisingly, no cap, like Mexicans are pretty racist.
All Mexicans are racist. I'm glad we figured that out.
Not all Mexicans.
Now
but,
we know.
like
I mean, a lot of the times, a lot of them like they're ignorant. I'll just say that.
yeah.
Mhm.
They're very
Yeah.
ignorant. Meanwhile, they think they have like all the right to call tourists ignorant and gringos and all that.
Yeah.
Mm.
With the hard R too.
Yeah, with the hard R.
They call
Especially
us
with the hard R.
Gringo.
The hard R.
I actually have a story
Although
of the
If
oh,
there
sorry.
is one thing I miss very much about Mexico, it's that there's like a corner shop literally everywhere. So if you wanted to, you could just walk like 5 minutes away to like a shop, buy your morning bread, and make yourself a torta in the morning. Like it was very convenient, and I miss it.
You know what? You know what's funny, Zina? I have that luxury.
Fuck you.
Us
You have a
people
little
here-
corner shop.
Although
Yeah.
here's the thing: how much are you working for? Like, how much do you get paid at your job?
He doesn't have a job.
Oh, that's sad. Either way, like your week's pay in Mexico, from what I remember, your week's pay that's basically what you have to live off of, and what you're pretty much going to be using that week. Because there is no way you're going to be able to save very well because of the price.
No excess
Yeah.
cash. It's a shame.
You know, as a person who, lives here, right? Who's been living here for a while, it's surprisingly, when you go visit it back, because I visited Mexico about a year ago, pretty much, almost 2 years ago if we count this year. And I went back there and I was like, holy shit, this is all really cheap. But then you realize, like, oh, yeah,
You don't live there.
Yeah, pesos are like worthless there, and I don't live there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like when I've been to other countries like Nepal and I go over there and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this so cheap? I kind of have to remember, oh, that's right, because it's like local economy and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
Speaking
I
of-
mean, the
Interesting.
good thing about Mexico is that you don't pay taxes, but that does have its consequences, like no public schools, like no good funding for anything.
Don't the teachers like straight up just walk out of school like every so
Oh
often?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened in my public school, because I was, I guess, lucky enough to get to a public school, so we didn't have to pay anything. But because it's public and they don't have any good funding, sometimes teachers just don't want to show up. So there are days, or sometimes even like just a full-on week, where the teacher doesn't show up, and you don't have to do anything. You can either sit in the
Yeah.
classroom, or you can go outside, you can do whatever. But the main thing is that teachers aren't there. So a lot of the time you don't do anything, and your education just feels kind of useless and you don't learn anything.
I remember in second grade, I was going to my music class. Dude didn't even show up, so I just sat there. Went on the computer and I looked up Super Saiyan 9 Goku. So
I mean, I guess that was good
Beautiful
for me, because I
memory.
spent all my time in the classroom just drawing and listening to music, but it really fucks with your education.
yeah.
Didn't you are you like allowed to like leave the school, like, or do you have to stay there?
You have to stay there.
Yeah.
Although there are tons of people that I knew that would just climb the fence and go away,
Yeah.
because it was pretty easy to do.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Oh, also, at least where I was living, if it rains, that's basically like the American excuse of a snow day, no school, because
That does not make any sense.
my school was surrounded by dirt. Like, we don't have any grass, so when it rains, it's just super muddy, and that's why no school.
No.
That is so bizarre.
Uh,
Also, it's just weird that your school is just a grassless prison where there's a fence that you can climb over, dirt everywhere, and it's understaffed somehow to where people
And
can
also,
just
because there's no funding, there's no lunches. So,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
have to
you
bring your
either
own food.
you have to bring your own food, or you just fucking starve. Or, I mean, if you're lucky, there might be a stand on the campgrounds, but it's like a little stand that will sell things like chips, so you're not even like fully satisfied.
Yeah, I remember I had like multiple stands, but they would only sell like chips, soda, and then fucking Dragon Ball figures there for some reason.
but you're wait, really? Like dead?
Yeah,
Maybe they were
dead
edible.
ass. No, dead ass. They were like,
Is that how you got into Dragon Ball?
no, I was into Dragon Ball way before. But yeah, no, they would fucking sell these like whatchamacallit, plastic, uh, you know, clear color kind of Dragon Ball figures. They would just sell them there. I'm like, what the fuck? I think I remember I got money.
food.
I got money to buy food once, but instead I just bought a Dragon Ball figure because I was a dumbass.
I mean, food is temporary, and those figurines could last forever.
Hey, I wanted to
Another-
buy a yellow Piccolo. Okay.
Another thing is that
Just a
there
little.
are no school buses. So if you want to get to school, you either have to get a ride, you have to take the city bus, or you have to walk. And I got to a point where I was scared of taking the city bus because there were a handful of times where we had people just like throwing rocks through the windows of the fucking buses, and that would make everyone freak out, me included. So I eventually stopped taking it, and also another reason why is because it's like 10 fucking pesos a bus ride from my house to the school, and I didn't want to do that. So
expensive?
I would walk to school, and to do that, to get there on time, I would need to take like an extra 40 minutes so that so I could get there.
Just to walk there.
And again, the bus rides were 10 pesos. So even when I get out of school, because my school time was in the afternoon, I would get there at like 2, or no, I would get there at like around 4, and then we would get out at around 8 or 9. So it was dark, and I didn't want to take the city buses out of fear and because it was expensive. So I would literally walk to my house back 40 minutes in the dark.
The dark. That is terrible. I mean, as much as I hear people often complain about the American education system, I've heard nothing that is of similar craziness to what I have heard about the Mexican one just now.
Oh, no, it's not
So that
even.
is
I feel
insane.
like it just feels like it's the tip of the iceberg, though. Like,
yeah, there's probably other places in Mexico where it's a lot worse, because where I was living during all that time was Baja California, which is like the most tourist visited place. So it's one of the more better off areas of Mexico. Most likely, like other places were way worse.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I was in the time I spent in Mexico was mostly Veracruz, which from seeing it now and seeing it then, we were really underdeveloped. Like, we didn't even have like fucking whatchamacallit?
Water lines?
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't even have water lines or anything like that.
Damn.
When did you live in Mexico?
Me?
Oh my god. Yeah, you.
I live in Mexico. I lived pretty much moved there when I was 2. And I lived in Querétaro for about a year. And after that I moved to Veracruz from like 3 to like 7. So I was in Mexico for about 5 years in total. And yeah, no, like school system wise, from what I remember, I was in one of the better schools for a while, and then at some point we couldn't afford it, so I had to go one of the kind of pretty much Zina schools, you know, and yeah, no, it's a fucking stark difference, and it fucking, I'll say this, right, second grade, right, being in second grade and me moving to America, I didn't know how to read, I didn't know how to count, I didn't know how to do anything, right? And so I had to learn all of that in pretty much second and third grade. So it was really bad.
That's terrible, genuinely.
Yeah.
The only good few times I had is that before I lived in Baja California, I used to live in Querétaro. And during that time, I actually didn't go to school because moving to Mexico just absolutely fucked with my educational, like it messed with my education. And or the area we were living in, it was all like not public schools, they were private schools, you know, and they were very expensive, and they couldn't afford both me and my sister going to school. So they paid for my sister, but they just thought, you know what, if it takes a little longer for us to send you to school, that's fine. I'm sure like this won't fuck you over in the future, which it absolutely did. But I mean, during that time, just not going to school and just living in Querétaro, I think it was pretty all right. You know, there was like tons of corner stores around me. Some family lived nearby that I could just walk to their house. And there was also this like moderately sized market nearby, which like was just full on like festivities every Sunday, which was pretty nice. But you know, it was still like living
comparatively to a education.
Yeah, and it was also I was still living with my dad at the time, which made things a lot more worse. which I mean that's bad, but moving to Baja California, just even if my dad wasn't there, it was still very bad because of the whole school thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm learning things about Mexico that I never knew. It's been a black box until now.
All right.
Also, I realized that in Veracruz, the nearest Walmart was about 50 miles from me.
50 miles.
Oh, wait, is it
And,
also true that like
freedom.
the McDonald's and like Burger Kings are like only in the cities and shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, amazingly, I don't know if you agree with this, Omega, but honestly, in my opinion, even though McDonald's and Burger King and all that in America is seen as like poor people food, it's more like rich people food in Mexico.
Yeah, actually, I highly agree with you on this one because whatchamacallit, I had never had McDonald's or anything like that ever in my life until I got to America. Actually, that was the first meal I've ever had in America because I had heard fucking pretty much like stories about how it fucking tasted, and so I had to ask my dad, especially because there was a fucking Lego Batman toy there. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like, I wanted the Lego Batman toy, but yeah, that was a rich people food pretty much. Like, I had never had any of it until I got to America.
Yeah,
And-
amazingly, I think in my opinion, the most affordable of like all those like fast food places was pizza, and even then it was kind of expensive.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
But even then, like, for me, I never had fast food. It was mostly
Home cooked.
Yeah, home cooked. And especially it got more home cooked because my mom pretty much had gotten a bit of money from my dad, and she invested that into a store. So, we got imports and stuff like that from, buying stuff and, pretty much selling it. And at that point, we just didn't really have a need to go and get fast food, because what's the point if we're just going to be buying fresh food from, like, importing and shit,
Or cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to interject and install my comparison from what I've heard from the Mexican education system and what I've observed from the Nepalese. Who here knows where the fuck Nepal is?
Nepal is in China.
It's near
Not-
China.
It's in the Himalayas. So you know where Mount Everest is?
It's in China.
Mount Everest is not in China.
Where's Mount Everest?
It should be in
it's
China.
shared
Just
by
saying.
Nepal and India. So Nepal is
I do not know
Soon
geography.
to be Greater China.
You're-
Eventually.
Holy
and
shit.
it's not even, and like you would call that area Tibet too. I wouldn't really call it China because
Okay.
fuck China. I fucking hate that place.
So
anyway.
you've been into
Love
India.
China.
Not
Tell us
India,
more.
Nepal. So Nepal is wedged in between Tibet and Tibet, which is now occupied by China, and India. So, and it's considered a third world country. It's not yet developing.
Alright.
So I was there. I lived in a village for like 2 weeks, and I got to like observe a lot. And so, like in this village, it's on the fucking side of a mountain. I lived with this quite well off family of rice farmers. They had a pretty nice house. They had like a guest house that was like off to the side that I slept in, which was like I was there and I was like, what the fuck? They have a guest house. So when I went, because I went to also teach a little bit, kind of like as a extra thing I could do, teach a bit of English too. I went there and it's like there was an actual fucking teacher.
So what was
It
the
was like
reason you went there? What was the reason you went there?
It was, I don't want to say charity. I think it was charity. Yeah, it was charity.
Was it like the Peace Corps kind of thing?
Kind of. It's like it's an organization like semi-associated. The people who were like in charge of me were Peace Corps. They've been through the Peace Corps shit.
Mhm.
So
how
I was
old were
going
you
to-
when this happened, by the way?
I was 17 turning 18. So I turned
so-
18 in Nepal.
Okay, so you were, so this was like pretty much what, last year?
This
2
Yeah,
was
not too long ago.
before I actually got involved in the commentary community. This would be right before that.
So 2019-ish?
This was like 2 months before the Madame drama happened.
Okay.
So this was June of 2019, July.
Yeah,
of
this is June,
2019.
July of 2020.
I
Okay.
need to track your movements on my computer. Hold on.
So I was there, and like the place where they all like had school was still being constructed. So they were basically having school in like a construction zone. But
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
it actually looked like a fucking education. That's the thing. And like what I'm hearing is like this developing country like can barely fucking educate its people, and like this fucking not even developing country halfway across the world is just doing just fine. They also had access to vaccines. So what we went over there to do is we went over there to build a add-on to the it wasn't exactly a hospital, it was more of a health post. Where people can give birth basically. So what would happen is that the villagers from like the village over, or like some families would have to like walk up to like
So they didn't even
3-ish.
have a hospital.
No, they didn't have the hospitals were only in the big cities. These were health posts. These were places where people can, if like you cut your head open, you can go over there, get stitches, you go over there to get vaccinated, and you go over there to give birth. That's like the three big things. So like this was like the place that held all the medicine, and it like served multiple villages. So like there would be people from villages like 3 miles over that would go walk while in labor all the way over there to give birth,
Oh
and
my god.
sit on the side. Like they just
Man.
sit on the side of the health post in the dirt.
They
And
should have
so,
put
like,
that building on the top of Mount Everest. You know,
Yeah.
then it can be survival of the fittest, like that man from
Yeah,
Texas
and
once.
the only children born there are fucking Herculean children.
Yeah, they'll be
Therefore,
like
the
real
population
Spartans
becomes
of their
better.
time.
oh my god, no, the
Like
Nepalese are
super
so
soldiers.
badass. Okay, I need to share this.
Huh.
So when I was climbing Annapurna, which is I think the third biggest mountain in the
Yeah.
world, or in the Himalayas at least,
Yeah.
there was like there's like these things called, they're like inns, they're like motels where it's really cheap to stay there. But one of the jobs that are like often sought out over there is to like, since you can't get cars up there and you can't get goats up there, people have to manually haul stuff over. So as we were hiking, we would see these motherfucking Nepalese people carrying whole ass steel beams and refrigerators and shit on their own. What they would do is they would get like this, like on their fucking own. Like they would like they'd put like a rope around their head and like have it like support, so it's just like that. And they would just like walk these steel beams up this fucking mountain. And it was just so amazing to see. It was absurd. That's basically all I have to add in. I just wanted to share that experience.
Oh, I was gonna
That's
say.
crazy.
I was gonna say when you mentioned rice farmers, you reminded me that I had that I
That
grew
rice farm we look
bananas.
after.
No, that I grew bananas.
Ah,
Bananas in this was in Mexico.
Yeah, my grandma grew just a bunch of bananas. Had
oh
a
yeah,
bunch
they
of
also
banana
had
trees.
my family that I was staying with had a bunch of goats, and so I got to like feed them and pet the goats.
Wait,
Fed them
Ms.
bananas,
Zizi? Ms.
coincidentally.
I
Zizi's
love
like
goats.
Ms. Zizi's family? What the?
I would give them my hand, and they would just eat my hand. It was very cute.
Yeah.
I also
Thankfully,
saw
you're
one.
part starfish, so it just grew back.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a starfish.
Freak of
Yeah.
nature. That's what you are.
They also can speak relatively decent English.
The goats? Wow, that's
Yeah.
The
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
goats?
I wouldn't think
That's
that.
fucking crazy, dude.
Of
You know, I thought
family.
it was impressive having monkeys go into the Stone Age, but goat speaking.
I
I
mean,
think it's
no,
apocalypse
wait,
times.
okay, let's be fair. We have Miss Zizi here, the goat lady, all right?
a horny
It's
goat
true
lady.
enough.
Yeah, like
Science has gone
come
too
on.
far.
It's not that. It's not that. Shocking. All right.
I guess not. It's a sign of the times, though. The world we live in. Hey, now it used to be in my childhood. All 9 men are insane.
Actually, I do have a question, Zina.
Yeah.
So you started streaming recently, as of what, like 2 months, pretty much like a month, 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Are you actually gonna stick with the whole VTuber model, or are you just?
Or is
you
that
know-
just
I mean, I like it. It's mainly so that people have something else to see on the screen besides whatever I'm playing or drawing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go full VTuber because honestly, that just sounds cringe. But
Yes. Finally, someone who makes sense.
yeah, it just sounds cringe. But I do like it as like a visual on screen.
It's,
Alright.
Are you ever
Extra
gonna
thing to
stream your
see.
favorite game in the entire wide world, Alice in Wonderland video game?
Alice
Actually-
in Wonderland video game.
I remember that was like my introduction to your channel. Like that was the first stream I ever tuned into.
Yeah, because I like that game.
Are you gonna stream it again?
You should do a review of the game.
Yeah, you should totally
Give
do
it
that.
a 10 out of 10.
No, give it a 9 out of 10.
No, 10.
Give it 1. Game's
Give
not
it-
worthy.
Give it half a point out of 10.
You should copy and paste that comment from Kevin, and that's what you should say about the game. It was far too political, this Alice in Wonderland game.
I hated the part where she met the caterpillar, and the caterpillar said that,
He said
Needs
Vape
to
Nation
go.
forever. Blew smoke in her face.
I hated the part where I got to see a woman. Worst part. Wish I never saw it.
But it's the
Treacher,
whole
I'm so
main
distraught.
character.
yeah, that's like
No,
the beginning of the game.
They should change it into a man. Be more progressive.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you guys feel about the, whatchamacallit? That whole dream
Sex
stuff
movie?
going on?
I don't know.
Dream? I don't care
Yeah.
about Dream.
Who
cares
gives a
about
shit?
Dream?
He's a Minecraft YouTuber. No one should care about
I
anything.
more
that happens
specifically
to
wanted
him.
to talk about his hoodie.
What a-
that he
Oh, his merchandise?
Yeah.
Okay, like, here's the thing. Like, I'm not one to judge somebody's merch, right? But
Yeah.
the thing that bothers me the most about Dream's merch is the bright highlighter green. Like, I get that's your icon, that's your color and everything, but no one would wear that. Like, no one sensible would wear that in public.
like-
Who wants to wear a bright highlighter green when
doesn't
they're
need to
out?
aim
That's
for
like
someone
construction
sensible.
worker.
I mean, it's
vest
mostly, like,
color.
like kids who are gonna wear this stuff. They'll wear anything. If he just put like the letter D on a shirt and made it putrid green.
Of course kids are gonna buy it. Like, they'll buy anything. But could you at least
Mm.
make your fucking merch like nice to look at?
Good in some way. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Your followers will absolutely buy anything that you fucking put out there. But does it have to be so bright and obnoxious?
I can't wait for the day I go to Subway or like fucking McDonald's and I just see a kid wearing a Dream
Dream
sweater.
shirt.
Oh my
Hoodie
god.
of
The
the day.
weirdest thing I think I've ever seen in public is not somebody wearing YouTuber merch, but I've seen someone in cosplay at the mall,
Oh.
and they were cosplaying Nifty from Hazbin Hotel.
Ah!
Stop. No.
Zina, what would your reaction be if you ever seen anybody wearing your merch?
Yeah.
I mean, a bit strange, but then again, what do I have to feel awkward about? They won't know what I look like.
True.
You
What
just
if-
spot them.
What if you accidentally ran into a fan, like while you're working?
Yeah,
But they
like one of
don't
the
even
spinning
know it's
ones.
you. They don't even
blend it
know
up.
it's you.
Oh, I'd try my
probably-
absolute best to not give it away that it's not me.
They'd probably recognize your voice.
I
I
mean,
don't
does it? There's always this effect that like somebody's voice over a microphone sounds different than in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
definitely
does.
experienced that, but like, dude, you do sound like Miss ZZ IRL. I mean, that's
Miss ZZ
pretty obvious.
Miss ZZ in real life, part 2.
I summoned her with a portal from my phone. If you call 3A5111 at 3 a.m., she will be summoned.
Careful, she's only
Yeah.
5'1".
I don't know, dude. That thought has always been like weird to me. Like, I don't think I'm popular enough for just that
I
many
wouldn't-
people to know
See,
who
no,
I
Hey,
am.
I wouldn't judge that because, dude, 70K channels, you're beating fucking Bo Blacks, alright? You're beating him up right now. No, but
What's your sub count? I haven't looked in ages.
I think it was like last time I checked, it was like
I have
78K.
no idea. Like, I don't look at that stuff. I know there's always like that meme where like YouTubers are like, "Oh, I don't care about like my subscriber count," and just but
Talks
here's
about
the thing,
subscriber
like
count
this
on Twitter.
but here's the thing, I really don't. Like, I don't look at that stuff. I just make videos.
Mm.
But you know what's funny?
That's the best way of doing it.
You're kind of one of the more popular figures in that community. you
Really?
know? Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah,
Yeah, you are, like, genuinely, because you think of people like that. Because when I hear art, right, I think about people like Omnia, I think about you, I think about Thuman, hopeless beaches, right? And
It's unfortunate because I really don't want to be a part of like the commentary or our community. I really don't.
I feel you.
yeah, but I think that I always look at is surprisingly when it comes to subs, video views, and all of that, you beat all of these people. You know, because most of your videos, you know, you get a lot of views on it, except your streams. I didn't notice that, and you know, you got a high subscriber count, dude.
Yeah, your video on No Straight Roads got like 11K. That's pretty good. Anyways,
I don't know. I don't like thinking about it that I'm in a community with just certain people that I really am not fond of. Even though I've never spoken to them, but just looking at their content and the way they act on Twitter or anything, I don't like it. And I'm grouped in a community with these people, and I don't want to be.
I guess that's just kind of an effect of what friends you choose and stuff like that on YouTube. Because like obviously, you know, me, Toasty, or Zenor here, we don't necessarily make that kind of content, right? But in a smaller way, we are still part of that community because of the people we surround ourselves with, you know. And
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't usually like to think about it because it makes me realize, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But somehow I'm put in, you know, because of my friends, I am automatically part of that. But I just go with it, to be honest. I think just kind of do your own thing and you'll be fine.
Anyways.
Obviously, you have some opinions and certain simps don't like that. But that's fine. No big deal. Anyways.
We're gonna say something? Yeah.
I was going to segue out of the podcast. So
before
do you have anything you'd like to plug or
before
promote?
that happens, I have a little
how long
thing.
has it been, anyways?
How about 2 hours?
Probably quite a while.
Almost 2 hours.
Okay.
Damn. I have a
think we made a
thing
lot
here.
of progress. We talked about the fact that
We have
gorillas
one more thing.
Yet.
We have more things.
Yeah,
Zenor.
it's very, very important. Okay, so there's been some breaking news, which I will have to read for you here, about Florida. But unfortunately, one of these things is not true. One of these stories here. So you got to choose which one is right and which one is one that I've made up just recently.
Oh boy.
So potentially, I'll read the first one. A Florida man is sentenced to 20 years for cutting off wife's lover's penis. So essentially, this guy broke into the house of this guy who cucked him, tied him up and chopped off his dick for revenge or whatever.
Okay.
There's that.
Right.
Or Florida man injects hand soap into penis, spends 48 hours in intensive care. They're both penis related somehow. That wasn't intentional.
I think
the
second one.
Rather than clean his dick, he injected soap into his balls so that it would smell better somehow. I don't know his logic. One of those is true.
Are both real.
One of them I made
I feel
up.
they're both real.
Toasty?
I have no. I think the hand sanitizer one is fake.
Okay. It's hand soap, by the way. But the truth is, they're not both real. The hand soap one is fake. I made that up. Toasty, you're right. You win the prize. You now get to go to Florida for a day.
Oh shit.
You don't
That
want
is
to go
all.
to Florida. You're gonna be surrounded by swamp people.
Yeah, you're gonna
You'll
get eaten by
get to meet
crocodiles.
this. You'll get a free interview of this person who chopped off his wife's lover's penis, and maybe the same thing could happen to you. So it's a pretty good prize.
I have one last thing that I wanted to mention in this podcast that depending on the answer, it might be a little long, but it won't take too long.
Okay.
Zenor.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get episode 2 of the
Star Wars
trilogy?
of the epic trilogy?
Yeah.
Maybe Less than a year. Boom. How's that for a good answer?
Fuck.
Less than a year. Maybe several months.
That
Those
sounds
are my
trustworthy.
answers. So
Man.
it's just too much other crap I have to do forever.
Damn
But
it.
it will happen eventually. I'm promising. You gotta believe me.
Alright. I think that's it. I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right, Zina, do you have anything you'd like to plug or promote? Any last words?
Follow me on Twitter. I make very funny tweets about how women aren't real.
Very cool, very poggers. Anyways, thanks for tuning into the Keyframes podcast. Subscribe or don't. I don't think anyone's gonna listen this far in. We're not that funny.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.